Good afternoon, Year 4, and welcome to this afternoon's topic lesson. Now, this morning during English, you would have looked at two pictures of children working in mines during the Victorian times. It's hard to believe, isn't it, and hard to imagine that children had to work in such dangerous conditions. Well, this afternoon you're going to learn a little bit more about the conditions that the children had to work in during Victorian times. So the first thing that you're going to do after you've watched this video is you are going to click on the BBC link, which will send you to a video which will tell you all about Victorian children having to work in mines. And then you are going to be historians this afternoon because you are going to read sources of evidence, historical evidence that come from an actual report that was done on the conditions in mines in the United Kingdom during the 19th century, so during the Victorian times. And you are going to then choose 5 facts that you have learned from the film and from the historical pieces of evidence about the conditions that the children had to work in the mines. And your task today is to use that information to create a poster. And it is a true and false lift the flap poster. So for this activity, you're going to need 2 pieces of paper, or perhaps if you've got it, you might want to use a piece of card and a piece of paper. If not, 2 pieces of plain paper is absolutely fine. You're going to need some pens or colouring in pencils. You're going to need a scissors, a glue stick as well. And so what I did first is that on my piece of card is that I gave a title. So I've put Children in Mines. You can do the same or something similar. And then I've done true or false there and done some sort of border around the outside. Then on my plain piece of paper, what I then did is that I thought about the 5 facts that I wanted to include, and then I thought about objects that might relate to child mining that I could write the facts on. So I'm going to show you an example of what I have done. So I have drawn a door here, and I drew this on a different piece of paper. Okay, you need to make sure that you draw objects that are big enough to contain a fact, okay, and that are big enough to be able to hide the answer underneath. So you will draw your object and write the fact on a different piece of paper, and then you'll cut it out and glue it onto your piece of card or your other piece of paper. So on this one, for instance, I have said, adult miners would work as trappers to keep the airflow going in the mine. And then what I did, I got some glue and I just glued the top of my door and just stuck the top then on this piece of card. And then if you open it up here, it then says false, children worked as trappers. Okay, and then I've repeated that for 2 other items here. So I've got children as young as 5 years old worked in the mines. I'm not going to tell you the answer to that because you can find out that yourself, but the answer is underneath. Okay, I did another example here. Most child miners could not read or write as they did not attend school. Okay, and then finally I've got another one that I wanted to show you. This is what I mean. I've done this on a different piece of paper. And I've said here, children always worked 7 days a week. So I've done that on a different piece of paper. And then I'm going to get my glue stick. And then I'm only going to glue the top section. So maybe this bit along the top. So it's hard for you to see there. Okay, so just the top section. I'm going to glue that onto my poster. Okay, so you can see what I've done there. Then I'll be able to lift this flap and then I'm going to write the answer, making sure that the answer stays inside this shape. You don't want the answer to come and dangle below the shape here, okay? So I've done 4, so perhaps if you could do between 4 or 5 facts on your posters, we would love to see them. So please can you take a photograph of them and upload them onto the assignment or onto the stream, or if your parents have access to Twitter, then they can post it on our school website using @SullyPS, so we know that it's been posted. So I hope you have fun with this activity and we look forward to seeing your true or false posters. Hwyl fawr blwyddyn pedwar.